Now in this section we will see the types of statistical data. Actually, before starting that, I should say what is data. So data are the actual pieces of information that is collected through the studies. And when we are working with statistics, it is very important to recognize the various types of statistical data. So the differentiation of the various types, that is numerical, categorical and ordinal. Now when we are talking about numerical, that is also categorized into two parts, that is discrete and continuous. Now whenever we are talking about discrete data, then that data we can say that is the digital or binary data. And when we are talking about the continuous data type, so that is nothing but the analog data in the information technology. So we will see one by one. So starting with the numerical data. So meaning as a measurement means this data have the meaning that is as a measurement. Suppose we are dealing with a person and we want to measure that person, then the meaning, like it is, we are considering the person's height, weight, IQ or blood pressure, uh, even like the number of stock shares the person can have, or how many teeth the dog can have, or the number of pages that you can read of your favorite book before you fall asleep. So actually the statisticians also call the numerical data as the quantitative data because of that. The numerical data is categorized or broken into two parts, that is discrete and continuous. Now when we are talking about discrete, the discrete data represents the countable items. Means discrete data represent the items that can be counted. So we can take the possible values that can be listed out, and the list of possible values may be fixed, or we can say it is finite. So it may go from 0, 1, 2 and so on to infinity. Now when I am talking about infinity, and we will definitely say that ma'am is saying that it is the countable item. So we are talking about the countable infinite concept which we have studied in discrete mathematics. That definitely the elements are very large but somehow they are countable, then they are called as countable infinite when there is a one-to-one correspondence present in between the elements. So suppose the number of heads in 100 coin flips takes on values from 0 through 100. That is the finite case. But the number of flips needed to get 100 heads takes on the values from 100 up to infinity. That is 100 heads we have to consider. We will not get 100 heads, that also we have to consider. So the possible values are 100, 101, 102, 103, which is nothing but representation of the countable infinite case. And when we are talking about continuous data, then that represents the measurements. So the possible values cannot be counted, or we can say that that can only be described using the intervals on the real number line. So we can take like example like the amount of gas purchased at the pump for cars with 20 gallon tanks would be continuous data from 0 gallons to 20 gallons, and we can represent that by the interval 0 to 20. Now we might get the 8.40 liters or 8.41 liters of petrol. So that is also a possible number which is varying from 0 to 20. So in this way, the continuous data can be thought of uncountably infinite. But for ease of record keeping, the statisticians usually pick some point in the number for the round off purpose. Now the another example would be the lifetime of C battery can be anywhere from 0 hours to an infinite number of hours, technically with all the possible values in between. So that is what discrete and continuous data is. Then comes the categorical data. So it represents the characteristics, means the categorical data represents the characteristics such as person's gender, what is his marital status, what is his hometown, or the types of movies they are liking. So the categorical data can take on the numerical values but don't have the exact mathematical meaning. Means 0 is indicating male, 2 is indicating female. So such type of data we are having in categorical data, and that's why The categorical data synonym is nothing but the qualitative data, or it is also called as somehow yes no type of data. So that is categorical data. Then comes that is the ordinal data. So the ordinal data combines the numerical and categorical data. We can say that it mixes the numerical and categorical data. So the data fall into categories, but the numbers placed on the categories are having the meaning. Suppose we are taking example. The best example is rating and reviews. Suppose we are rating a restaurant on a scale from 0 to 4. So 0 is lowest and 4 is highest. So that is a ordinal data. So ordinal data is often treated as categorical, where the groups are ordered when the graphs and charts are made. However, unlike the categorical data, the numbers too have the mathematical meaning. Means if we, now we can take the example like the survey has been taken now, that how many percentage of people think that the complete lockdown is needed. So 84% of people are thinking like that. Then that is what that comes under the categorical data. How? Because we are taking survey of 100 people, we are asking them their view on lockdown, then we are taking average of that 100 responses which are having meaning, and then that is considered as a categorical data which is having a particular value. So that is how ordinal data is there. Now constant and variable data is also there. So when we are talking about the constant and variable data, so the variables are conforming from only to nominal and ordinal measurements that cannot be reasonably measured actually. So we can say that they are together grouped as categorical variables, whereas ratio and interval measurements are grouped together as a quantitative variables. So distinctions can often be loosely correlated with data type in computer science, and we know that the Boolean data type, the variables, the integers, integral data types, and the floating point computation, everything is related. So the mapping of computer science data types to statistical data depends on the categorization of the latter that is being implemented. So this is all about the mapping of the data. But when we are doing the mapping, it is necessary to understand the various types of data that are needed. So we have seen the various types like numerical, categorical, and ordinal, and the types of numerical as well. Now in the next section we will see the types of big data analytics, because first it was necessary to know what was statistical data analytics. Then after that it was necessary to know which are the various types of statistical data, and now it is necessary to know the various types of data analytics techniques. So that we will see in our next section. Thank you.